All right, coaches, I think we're live here. I'm hoping so. I don't see my. Yeah, there it is. Okay, yeah, we're live. All right, so I had a conversation with Bobby Raymond today. He coaches or trains the sewer class, and I wanted to get clear on our nomenclature with him, and also ties back to our call this past Monday about departments for the sewer department. And based off of a conversation that I had with Bobby, I'm hoping you guys, well, I want your input, but this is kind of what we came up with. And what I kind of came up with for departments is this as well. So, well, a licensed plumber, we had to basically come up with, okay, what is the actual job description for this guy? So, licensed plumber, licensed plumber can do any of the work on the plumbing work. So basically, it's a service department. So a technician in the plumbing service department is a licensed plumber. That's one. Then there's the guy that's not the licensed plumber, but he's still in the plumbing department. He's a branch tech, branch drain tech. Those were Bobby's words. These are branch drain techs. And he's a plumber in training. That's what Bobby called him when he was at Bob Hamilton. So this is also the service department. Okay, so these two folks here are in the service department. It's just that this guy here had to do everything that was related to the water. This guy here did everything that was related to the drains, because the potable water didn't have a license for it as a plumber. So this is how he becomes a plumber. This is how a branch drain tech, plumber in training, basically. Eventually, he's going to have to get a license to be that licensed plumber. So this is his career path, but he can still do the drain portion of this. In some instances, I'm not saying that every jurisdiction's like this, but it is in most of them that I've seen and that Bobby's seen as well. And I'm sure there's crazy ass places out there. But anyways, so this is basically one department right here, these two folks. So that's the plumbing service department. I've kind of put that in here. So that's what goes in the plumbing service. And then the mainline tech, we had a lot of discussion about this. And this is what we landed on. We landed on this mainline tech is basically given a service of opening the line. So here's his job description: lateral service line, sewer lines existing in a building structure using a sewer cable and stopping prior to the entrance of the city sewer or septic. That's basically what the guy's job is to penetrate, is to try to open the line. So it's a service to get the line opened. So we're calling this a service department. It's a $99 fee, so there is no conversion rate for the money here. However, a turnover, to turn it over to a camera tech, when the camera tech gets there, that will then be considered a conversion rate. So you can measure the urgency of this drain line tech of making sure that camera tech gets out there. He has something to do with it. He just can't say, "Hey, I got you done. You're all good now." And what the hell? What chance is the camera tech going to get out there if he says that? Or he goes, "You know what? Need to follow this up. I need my camera tech to come in here and find out what had caused that." So he's going to be following me up. You'll be expecting a call from him shortly. He basically walked me out of my whole perception that these guys are in a truck together. And here's how he walked me out of that. And I think everybody else was already there, but my thick head was not. I was saying this mainline drain's career path is to be a camera tech, and I want him to see this camera tech in action. Okay? And I want him to work as a team, and I want it to be the career path to be the camera tech. And that was all fine and good until Bobby says, "Jim, most of these guys are never going to be a salesman, but they'll be a branch drain plumber. They can move up to the branch drain plumber, and then we can train them doing drain lines, and then taking the service system and teaching them the service system process. But to take a drain tech, to make him a camera tech, now I don't think it's too much of a stretch, but Bobby convinced me that, okay, I'm not going to fight that battle. It's his game. I'm going to let him play it. He's done it. He's actually done this. I have not, okay, in this structure. So I'm going to take his lead on this. So basically, this is the service department. The mainline guys, so basically treat that as a service. So the turnovers will be tracked as the conversion for that guy. And the 99 will be there is no sale because he didn't sell anything. It was pre-sold on the phone, like a trip charge for the plumber to go out. All right. So this will be the service department for sewers. We call it sewer service department or mainline service department. And this would be the installation department, mainline or sewer installation department, just like we have HVAC service and HVAC install. Okay, you got two different departments there. This will be structured the same way. This would be a service department for just opening up those lines, and then this would be the sales and installation department for the sewer replacement. So I think that was pretty clean in the way that he structured that. So I put that here. This is a service department, service department, service department, and here's an install department. It was good to get the nomenclature out for the coaches and the trainers to be on the same page, because we want Bobby to be saying what we say. Now may have to change some of our language to say what Bobby says as well. And he's pretty staunch on the way that he said it. He's got to be a Hamilton. Damn, he's pushy as hell. Little prick. I called him that too. Anyways, so here's the nomenclature for the trainers and the coaches as what we've used up here for what it is they do and the departments that they'll be in. Clear understanding of the departments. I walked away with a much clearer understanding of the departments for this, because I had this in one department right here. But I think it makes more sense to put this in a service department and put this in an installation department. And I want your feedback. Obviously, I want your feedback. I'm sharing this with you. And then the career path. Oh, here's the career path that he talked about. This mainline tech, and I may have talked about it, but I'm just seeing it here. He's got two career paths. Career paths. Let me put that up here. He's got one is camera tech, and one is branch drain tech. And then from the branch drain tech, he can become a licensed plumber. Okay, so that's kind of the career path for that. So I thought that right there was a really good conversation. And then based off that conversation we had, I said, okay, I asked him, what are some of the problems that you're having out there? And part of his problem, so this has nothing to do with what we talked about Monday. So what we talked about Monday, that's what this was all about. Okay? So what we talked about, we talked a little bit Monday on this. Monday afternoon, maybe it was Tuesday, was today Wednesday? No, it was Monday afternoon that Bobby and I talked. And Bobby and I were talking about how can we get the call routed to the right technician. Sometimes the branch drain guy shows up to a main line. Sometimes a main line guy shows up to a branch drain. And it's just frustrating as hell. So we got to talking, and